Good day, future LPTs. So in today's review video, we will be discussing about specific heat. So we are experiencing sweating, right? And shivering kapag malamig naman. So bakit nga ba tayo nagsisweat kapag mainit and nagsishiver kapag malamig? So if our body experiences too hot, 'di ba? Then our hypothalamus sends signals to our body to make sweat. So by sweating, nire-release yung heat and babalik sa dating temperature yung katawan natin. Kapag masyado namang malamig yung katawan natin, then the hypothalamus will send signal to our body to shiver. Kaya mag-iinit naman yung muscles ng katawan natin. Now, it is because of homeostasis. Homeostasis, regulating the temperature of the body to maintain the functional temperature. Okay. So, high specific heat is important because it helps maintain homeostasis in the body, and it also regulates the temperatures. If heat flows in an object, the object's temperature rises, assuming that there is no phase change. So here we will try to visualize how specific heat and capacity works. And we have two systems here. The first system ay may water, and the second system ay may oil. Now, based from our studies before, that oil is much less denser than water. So meaning that water is much denser than oil. Kasi yung oil ay nagfo-float, 'di ba, above water. So water has much particles than olive oil. Kaya much denser siya. Now, in our experiment, we will try to supply heat in both systems. Please observe which of the system will increase its temperature faster. Okay. So which is the system? Okay. So as you could observe, olive oil, diba, increases temperature much faster than water. So it explains how the capacity of a body is related to the increase of temperature when it is supplied by heat. How do temperature rises? So the amount of heat Q required to change the temperature of a given material is proportional to the mass m of the material present and to the temperature change. So dahil proportional yung mass and temperature, di ba? So meaning the more the massive the object is, the more the heat required to change its temperature. So we saw that the more the massive or denser the object is, the rate of increasing temperature is much slower. So if the object is much less denser, then the rate of increasing temperature is much faster when it is supplied by heat. This is the fundamental formula for specific heat. So Q is equals to MC change theta T is equal to joule. Now, Q is the amount of heat required equals to mass multiplied to specific heat of a material multiplied to change of temperature. Now, sa change in temperature, ito yung difference between the initial temperature and final temperature equals to joule. Now, the second equation that you see is the specific heat of a material is equal to amount of heat divided by mass multiplied to change in heat. And the unit is joule per kilogram degree Celsius. So, yung unang equation, ginagamit to kapag yung amount of heat yung kukunin natin. Pero itong pangalawang equation naman, yung kung we want to identify the specific heat of the material. So, this is the specific heat table. So, as you could see, there are common substances here and their specific heats. For example, iron or steel. So, meron siyang 450 joule per kilogram degree Celsius. Example naman, water. Pag ice is 2,100 joule per kilogram per degree Celsius. Pag liquid naman, 4,186 joule per kilogram degree Celsius. So, ito yung table na susundan nyo when you are identifying the C sa formula, dun sa equation. So, these are the sample problem. How much heat input is needed to raise the temperature of an empty 20 kilogram vat made of iron with a temperature of from 10 degrees Celsius to 90 degrees Celsius? What if the vat is filled with water? So these are the givens. Change in temperature, so the final temperature is 90 degrees and the initial temperature is 10 degrees Celsius. Now, identify its difference, then that will be 80 degrees Celsius. Next, yung iron naman ay may specific heat na 450 joule per kilogram degree Celsius. Meanwhile, yung specific heat ng liquid water is 4,186 joule per kilogram degree Celsius. Next is the mass of the vat. So, ang mass niya ay 20 kilograms at yung mass din ng water ay 20 kilograms. So, let us compute first for the vat. So, the mass is 20 kilograms and the specific heat is 450 joule per kilogram degree Celsius and the change in temperature is 80 degrees Celsius. Then, just multiply it. Multiply nyo lang yan, guys. Ngayon, after nyo multiply, cancel the like units. So, yung kilogram, cancel na yan. Kaya, degree Celsius at degree Celsius, cancel na yan. Kaya, matitira na lang ay yung joule. So, the product is 7.2 raised to 5 joule or simply 720 kilojoule. Next, the vat ay the heat required for water. So, 20 kilograms yung mass ng water and 4,186 joules per kilogram degree Celsius naman yung specific heat ng water and 80 degrees Celsius yung change in temperature. Now, get the product. So, cancel the like units. Then, the answer will be 6.7 raised to 6 joules, or simply 6,700 kilojoule. Dahil nga dun sa system natin, di ba, dun sa second question, nilagay yung water sa vat. Di ba? Now, we will get the sum of the heat required para ma-change yung temperature. Now, for the first, di ba, the heat required for the vat itself is 720 kilojoule. Meanwhile, the water naman, yung heat required sa water is 6,700 kilojoule. Now, get the sum. So, the answer will be 7,400 kilojoule. So, yan yung heat required na kailangan ma-attain para mag-change ng temperature yung buong system. So, these are the references of the review video. So, if you have questions, please comment it in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Sana pumasa kayo. Yay!